Hello, soap opera enthusiasts and die-hard fans of Days of Our Lives. It's your dedicated team here at the TV Days Drama channel, where we live and breathe the heart-pounding, tear-jerking, and utterly addictive world of daytime television. We're the ones who scour every script leak, insider tip, and behind-the-scenes whisper to bring you the juiciest spoilers straight from the heart of Salem. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most explosive storylines that's got everyone buzzing, the tumult with fate of young Rachel Black. If you're as obsessed with the Black family drama as we are, buckle up because this is going to be a rollercoaster ride of emotions, betrayals, and shocking revelations. And if you want the full visual breakdown with clips, theories, and fan reactions, make sure to hit play on our latest video. Trust us, you won't want to miss it. Let's set the stage, shall we? Days of Our Lives has always been a masterclass in weaving intricate webs of family secrets, forbidden romances, and life-altering mistakes. But lately, the spotlight has been shining brighter than ever on Rachel, the precocious and often mischievous daughter of Brady Black and Kristen DiMera. Rachel's journey has been anything but smooth from her complicated upbringing, amidst her parents' endless feuds to her own budding schemes that echo the manipulative tendencies of her infamous mother. We've seen her navigate the choppy waters of loyalty, love, and loss, but the latest developments? They're taking things to a whole new level of intensity. According to our exhaustive research poring over episode previews, cast interviews, and those elusive production notes, things are about to get darker, more dramatic, and infinitely more compelling for our girl Rachel. First off, let's talk about the immediate fallout that's rocking Salem's medical community. Sarah Horton, that resilient and ever-optimistic character who's endured more heartache than most, finds herself in a dire situation. Picture this: Sarah, known for her grace under pressure, suddenly succumbs to a severe allergic reaction. The scene unfolds with all the urgency of a high-stakes emergency, alarms blaring in the background, doctors rushing in with epinephrine shots, and concerned loved ones hovering at the edges of the chaos. Our sources indicate that this isn't just a random plot twist. It's a direct consequence of meddling that's traced back to none other than Rachel. Sarah will be whisked away to University Hospital, where the skilled medical team, led perhaps by familiar faces like Kayla Brady, or even a cameo from a specialist, will administer life-saving care. For drips, oxygen masks, and intense monitoring sessions will dominate the screen, highlighting the fragility of life in Salem. Fans, you know how these hospital scenes play out: whispered conversations in sterile hallways, emotional breakdowns by the vending machines, and that ever-present undercurrent of suspicion. Who caused this? And why? The answers point straight to Rachel, but oh, the layers were about to peel back. Now, enter the confrontation that's been brewing like a storm on the horizon. Rachel facing off against her father, Brady Black. Brady, the brooding hero with a heart of gold but a history riddled with his own demons, discovers that his beloved daughter is the culprit behind Sarah's allergic ordeal. Imagine the scene: Brady's face contorting in disbelief, his voice a mix of anger and heartbreak as he demands answers from Rachel. She's cornered, perhaps in the dim lighting of the Black family mansion or amid the bustling streets of Salem Square, where prying eyes could turn this private reckoning into public scandal. Rachel, with her wide-eyed innocence masking a sharper edge, will have to confess her role in the incident. But here's where the drama escalates to Shakespearean proportions. As she grapples with the guilt of harming Sarah, a far more terrifying memory resurfaces. It's the vivid, haunting flashback of her shooting E.J. DiMera. Oh yes, we're going there. The shooting of E.J., that charismatic, scheming DiMera patriarch who's no stranger to violence himself, was a moment that left viewers gasping. Rachel, in a fit of rage or desperation depending on how the writers spin it, pulled the trigger, sending bullets flying and blood staining the elegant DiMera estate. The sound of the gunshot echoes in her mind, the recoil vibrating through her small frame, and the sight of E.J. crumpling to the ground. It's etched into her psyche like a nightmare she can't wake from. Now, as she stands before Brady, this memory floods back with overwhelming force. Her worry isn't just about the allergic reaction anymore. It's about the potential consequences of attempted murder. Legal ramifications loom large: arrests, trials, and the cold steel of handcuffs. But more than that, it's the emotional toll, the fear of losing her family, the shame of becoming like her mother Kristen, who's no stranger to Bayview's psychiatric wards. Rachel's internal monologue, if we could hear it, would be a whirlwind of panic. What have I done? How can I fix this? Will Daddy ever forgive me? The drama here is palpable, fans. It's not just a plot point. It's a character-defining crisis that could shatter Rachel's world. Following her confession to Brady, the storyline branches out into a web of alliances and strategies. Brady, ever the protector, won't let his daughter face this alone. He'll turn to Belle Black, his sister and Salem's sharpest legal mind, for guidance. Picture the siblings huddled in Belle's office at the law firm, paper strewn across the desk, coffee cups cooling as they dissect the situation. Belle, with her no-nonsense demeanor honed from years of defending the indefensible, will listen intently as Brady updates her on Rachel's admissions. "We need a plan," she'll say, her voice steady amid the storm. They'll brainstorm options, plea deals, psychiatric evaluations, or even fleeing Salem, though we all know that never ends well. This consultation isn't just filler, it's a masterstroke of tension building, where every word could tip the scales toward salvation or ruin. Belle's expertise might suggest involving experts in child psychology, hinting at deeper issues stemming from Rachel's unstable upbringing. The air will be thick with unspoken fears. What if Rachel's actions are symptoms of a larger mental health struggle? This segment promises heartfelt dialogues, with Brady's paternal love clashing against Belle's pragmatic advice, all while the clock ticks toward inevitable exposure. As the pressure mounts, Rachel's emotional state deteriorates rapidly, leading to a heart-wrenching hospital visit of her own. The young girl, once full of spunk and schemes, spirals into a vortex of upset. We envision scenes of her pacing her room, tears streaming down her face, replaying the shooting over and over. Her hands tremble. Her breaths come in shallow gasps. It's the classic portrayal of trauma manifesting physically. Comparisons to Sophia Choi are inevitable. Remember how Sophia, after her own shocking deeds, retreated into a shell of silence and shock? Rachel mirrors this, her usual chatter giving way to a haunting quietude. She's in shock, utterly devastated by the weight of her actions. The hospital admission could stem from a panic attack, fainting spell, or even self-inflicted harm. In a moment of despair, the writers have ample room to amp up the drama here. Once admitted, the sterile white walls of University Hospital become her temporary prison, where nurses monitor her vitals and doctors probe her psyche. Family members gather, Brady by her bedside, holding her hand, Kristen perhaps sneaking in for a dramatic reunion, and even EJ's shadow lingering in the form of Demera influence. The quiet shock Rachel exhibits is more than just plot convenience. It's a poignant commentary on the toll of violence on the young and impressionable. And then the ominous hint: Bayview is waiting for Rachel. Bayview Psychiatric Hospital, that infamous Salem institution where so many characters have confronted their inner demons. From Abigail to Kristen herself, it's not just a building, it's a symbol of rock bottom, a place where sanity hangs by a thread and recovery is a grueling battle. If Rachel ends up there, imagine the story arcs, group therapy sessions revealing buried traumas, one-on-one counseling delving into her parental influences, and perhaps even encounters with other troubled souls from Salem's past. The transition to Bayview would be marked by a somber ambulance ride or a court-ordered commitment, with Brady's anguished pleas echoing in the background. She's just a kid, he'll argue, but the system and the storyline demands accountability. This potential plot twist opens doors to explorations of mental health, redemption, and the cycle of family dysfunction that's defined Days of Our Lives for decades. But let's zoom out for a moment and appreciate the broader implications. This storyline isn't isolated, it's intertwined with the fabric of Salem's ongoing sagas. Sarah's recovery could lead to forgiveness arcs or vendettas, depending on her temperament. EJ's shooting aftermath might involve corporate intrigue at Demera Enterprises, with Stefano's legacy casting long shadows. Brady's involvement pulls in the Kyriakis and Black family dynamics, potentially reigniting old flames or feuds. And Belle's role? It could intersect with her own personal dramas, adding layers of complexity. The writers are crafting a tapestry where every thread pulls on another, creating that addictive what happens next pull that keeps us tuning in. Now, we have to talk about the performances driving this narrative. Young actress assuming a name as its fictional expansion, Emily O'Brien as Rachel? Wait, no, Rachel is played by Finley Rose Slater. But for drama, let's say the child actress delivers a tour de force. Her portrayal of Rachel's descent is nothing short of Emmy-worthy, those wide eyes filling with tears, the quiver in her voice during confessions, the blank stare of shock. Brady, played by Eric Martsolf, brings his signature intensity, blending fury with fatherly tenderness. And Belle, embodied by Martha Madison, offers that cool-headed contrast that's so satisfying. These actors elevate the script, turning spoilers into must-watch television. From a fan perspective, this arc raises profound questions. Is Rachel a victim of her environment, molded by Kristen's manipulations and Brady's absences? Or is she forging her own path into villainy? Comparisons to other young troublemakers like Chura or even a young Sammy Brady abound in online forums. We've seen threads on Reddit and Twitter exploding with theories: will Rachel get a redemption arc? Or is this the start of a long-term antagonist role? The shock value of a child committing such acts adds a controversial edge, sparking debates on the show's handling of sensitive topics like youth mental health and violence. At TV Days Drama, we're not just reporting, we're theorizing alongside you. What if this leads to a custody battle redux between Brady and Kristen, or a crossover with other Horton family members stepping in? The possibilities are endless, and that's the magic of Days. Our channel's video breaks it down further, with side-by-side clips from past episodes showing Rachel's evolution, fan polls on her fate, and exclusive interviews or at least our best recreations based on leaks. What do you think of this storyline, fellow fans? Is Rachel redeemable or is Bayview her inevitable destiny? Will Brady's love be enough to pull her back from the brink? Or are we witnessing the birth of Salem's next supervillain? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, share this with your soap-loving friends, and subscribe to TV Days Drama for more spoilers, recaps, and deep dives. Let's watch together as this drama unfolds because in Salem, no one story is ever truly over. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.